Yo, yo, yo. What is up? Fanatic Bastion, what is up? GG Outdoors, what's up? J Peace, what's going on? What is up? Looks like we're making this a regular thing here. Giveaway soon. I just had a couple. Blame for what? I didn't get another video done. I'm blaming her. She works at a school. She's a STEM director there, and the school, they're off school for like another week or so. So I'm doing stuff with her. I'm not getting any videos done. And actually today, I don't know what today, what is it, like 7 o'clock right now? I just got home from work like 10 minutes ago. And I didn't even shower. I'm down here. I'm actually sitting on a towel because I'm all wet and dirty from work. But I wanted to get on here with you guys. Yeah, I got to blame the wife, Chase. What I missed there. Live just started and TJ is already blaming his wife. Yeah. Hey, got to blame somebody, right? Yep. Yeah, Daddy. Got to do that, man. Daddy 710. Got to blame the old lady. What's up? What's up? Connor, what's going on, dude? Check out the Cabela's sale. The plastics are 50% off. That's cool. Where do I work? My dad owns a truck washing business. It's based out of St. Louis, but I've been doing that since I was 13, so about 24 years or so. Hot ditch of coughing wasn't on, yeah. I'm sure it's been getting slammed hard though, dude. What's going on, Scott? Kloss 8885. What's up? So I ain't gonna stay on here too long. Like I said, I just got off from work. I just wanted to get on because I told you guys I was going to, and then like I said, I got home late today. Caught 3 cold water bass this week in Boston. Go toss around a jerkbait. Your finesse worm is trailer on chatterbaits. AR. What's that? Are killing it? Yes, sir, dude. Hard to beat plasma tail. It really doesn't matter. It can be a plasma tail. It can be a trick worm. But there's just something about that little tapered tail with the vibration of a chatterbait, dude. It just gets bit, man. I have the 75. Wondering what speed you can get with a 60 horse on your tracker. I know I got a 50. And I'm upgrading my prop. Last year I got a 4-blade. 4-blade. I think I went up a pitch too. I think it's a 14 pitch. I was running like 29. And now I think I hit 34 with it. So I gained 5 miles per hour with it. Is it snowing? No, we're thawed here right now. It's getting cold, I believe, next week. But right now we're thawed. I just haven't had time to get out and fish. But there is plans with me and old Mr. Wadded to go out next week to try and hurt and get on the board for New Year's. But I'm going to be with him, so there's a good chance I'm going to get skunked. So you guys got any good plans for New Year's? I thought you said New Year's Eve. Where are we at? Is there ice where you are? Would you do some ice fishing videos? Now, no ice right now. We had a thin layer. It already thawed. And we warmed up a little bit. No ice. But we will get some ice here real soon again. But ice fishing is not for me. No, I'm off on New Year's. Thank God. And I would be working on Wednesday. But with the weather, I'll be off. I think I won't work again until Friday. Fishing, getting ready for fishing and some more fishing. Dude, that sounds awesome. I wish I could say that. I am getting ready. You can see I'm changing the wall up a little bit here, getting everything organized. I'm going to pack the boat up really early and get out ASAP. But like I said, since my wife's been home, I haven't got any videos made, and I also haven't got to finish my wall. So I blame her for that too. Who's better fishing? Buddy Watts? Oh, Phantom would... He would whoop old Watts. I mean, Watts, every now and again he catches a joker, but that's about it. Let's see here. I feel your pain. I'm up north in Canada. Folks have already been on ice for nearly a month. Yeah. Yeah, I'll pass on that, buddy. Richard, what bass fishing magazine do you think is best if you subscribe to one? I've been subscribed to Bassmasters. I mean, I haven't got it really in a couple years, but I was subscribed to Bassmasters for, gosh, I don't know how, maybe 8, 10 years, something like that. I still have a bunch of those old magazines. I love, you know, rereading them and everything. A lot of tips and things like that in there. Are you going to the Let's Go Fishing show? I have to work the weekend, and I'm hoping that I'm off Friday. As of right now, I got to work Friday, so I'm going to miss it. But my plan was to go, and I was supposed to work tomorrow, which I'm still working in the morning tomorrow, but I was supposed to work tomorrow afternoon and Wednesday, so I was off Friday. But now I got to work Friday, so there's a chance I'm going to miss the show because I got to work the weekend. So keep blaming the wife as long as she don't watch. Yeah, she does watch them. She edits the videos too, so if I lose my editor, you'll know why. Glenn, what's up, dude? Happy New Year, bud. Trust me, 12 years in the Navy and being married and still haven't finished my wall. Yeah. Yep. I'm glad we got, what, 65 people on? That's pretty cool. I didn't even plan on getting on today. I just got home from work, like I said, about 10 minutes ago. I didn't want to leave you guys hanging because I said yesterday I'd get on here, so came right in from work and got on. Let's see here, what do we got? The new ice casket box came in. It's a pretty sweet little terminal box to go in the bag for bank fishing. Can't wait for your vid on the battle box. Yeah, dude, I ordered the battle boxes maybe a week and a half ago or so. They should have been here by now. But I'm pretty pumped to organize with them. And the way I want to do it, I haven't seen anyone else organize that way with it. So I believe, I mean, I got terminal stuff right now, like three different boxes. The way I'm going to do it, I should be able to get everything in that box, but it's going to be very heavy, I'm sure. But it's going to be nice to have everything in there. It's going to be pretty cool. Do you like rattle trap? Oh, yeah, the original rattle traps, Jay? Dude, they're pretty killer. My favorite, I'd say not my favorite, but one that consistently works well is the red eye shad. But I have some other ones that I like. Some from Jackall, the Mega Bass ones. I mean, they're nice and all that, but I mean, it's still hard to beat. Even with square bills, KVD 1.5, the red eye shad, I mean, even the less, you know, expensive crankbaits, they're still killer. I think what you pay more for in the high dollar ones are those paint jobs, and I get caught up in that as well. But I mean, you know, like here's a Mega Bass popper right here. I mean, the water that I fish is so dirty, they're not going to see that detail. I mean, those lures catch me, not the fish. I mean, just your regular old $5 poppers and catch them just as good as that Mega Bass, I'm sure. What's going on, Matt? Love the live streams. Appreciate it, brother. I'm going to try and make this a weekly thing. It's working out well just because I haven't any time to do videos. Again, that's why I'm blaming my wife for this. But I think we'll go ahead and once I get back on my schedule, which I do have a few videos I'm going to try and whip out tomorrow. And I may still continue to do these on Sunday just for an extra video. And I like talking with you guys. So, Bill, what's your favorite cold water bait and color? Ooh, that's a tough one. I mean, I don't do a whole lot of cold water fishing. I mean, like I said, once it starts to get pretty cold here, I mean, fishing muddy water, once it's 50 and below and dropping, I mean, I hang it up. I mean, the bite it's pretty tough, pretty much non-existent on the lakes that I fish. But I try and get out as early as I can. Once it's cold and rising, it's pretty different. And I like to start out with either a jig, black and blue normally, just because water's gonna be pretty stained up and dirty, or I like a shad wrap. These are killer here too. I got one here hanging up. These called the flicker shads. I like these too. But flicker shad, shad wrap, something like that. It's a fun bait to start out with. Jerk bait. I'd say either that jig or a jerk bait or a shad wrap. Just any type of shad pattern. I think the silver it's called or something like that. Let's see here. Glenn, a fishing trip with watch should be, yeah, well, yeah, it'll be entertainment, all right, because nobody's going to be catching anything. I'm sure there'll be a whole lot of smack talking. What is in the big box behind me? That is another Cast King rod rack. I actually got another one coming as well. I'm going to use that one for my nets. I had all my nets hanging up there, and it was just taking up too much wall space. So I got one for my nets, and then I got another one because I got more rods coming in. Another one for my rods. I mean, for the money, it is really hard to beat those Cast King rod racks. If you guys would like to see a video of me putting one together, I can do that. Really easy to put together. I mean, they're really durable. Like I said, sturdy. I really like them. I think they're maybe 50 bucks or so on Amazon. Let's see here. Watching you on the 75-inch. Real funny, Trey. Real funny. Let me get you back over here for another live stream. Good spinnerbait trailer, plasma tail, or Vilebug. Me personally, I wouldn't use the Vilebug for a spinnerbait trailer. I'm sure you can, but I would go with the plasma tail. I like the plasma tail. I mean, I don't really use spinnerbait trailers that much, but I would use the plasma tail, the hammer shad from PTL, little swim baits, things like that. Thoughts on Biospawn Vilebug, looking to order. I haven't caught a ton of fish on it by the time I started using it. I just wasn't getting bit that well on the lakes that I'm fishing. I have another cut, nothing huge on it, but I mean, the detail, let me find one here. Detail on the Vilebug's killer. Great little pitching and flipping bait, jig trailer, things like that. Killer detail on it. I'm sure you guys have seen those before. You can put a 4-aught hook in it. But if you want to compare this to like the Vile Craw, it's got a little less action. So just depending what you're looking for, either go with the Vile Craw or the Vilebug there. My code is still active as well for you guys. Code TJ81, 20% off at Biospawn. Check that out. And again, I keep all the discount codes in the descriptions of all my videos. Let's see here. Weekly live stream would be sweet. Jeff Lucas, blaming your wife for making your channel the best on YouTube. Love the diversity of this channel. Appreciate it, buddy. Any experience with the Reaction Innovation skinny dipper soft plastics just picking up? Yeah, I use a lot of the skinny dippers. Even the, what's the big one called? Is it called the Big Dipper? I don't even know. I got them up there in my container. I use them again for spinnerbait trailers, things like that. On a jig head, I even use them for little underspins. It's a good solid little, swim bait. Let's see here. Are you going to update your boat at all this winter? Probably not. I mean, I think I've done about all I can do to the old tracker. I don't think there's anything else I can. We're back. All right, we're back. Thought I lost you guys. You guys hear me? We good? We there? You guys there? All right, you guys can hear me? We're back in here. All right, Connor, I think I was on your comment about updating the boat. And like I said, I think the only thing I would do is 2 power poles, which I've already mentioned. I don't have room for a second one. So I think the tracker is pretty much about done. Let's see here. Preston, my wife is to blame for me not having a boat yet. Chase, yep, more Okuma rods. Just trying some different models out. What's going on, Dale? Tray them down. You go into the show next week. I got to work the weekend. I was hoping to be off Friday. As of right now, unless the weather changes, Friday's the nicest day, so I got to work Friday. So as of right now, I'm not going to be able to go. Best bait caster under 150 bucks. Going to be hard to beat the Tatula CT. You ever use Deeper? Yeah, I got quite a few videos using Deeper, Rick. Barrick the Great. Hey, brother. Hope you had a great Christmas with the family. What's your go-to rig for finesse fishing, muddy to stained water? Thanks. Love the channel. For me, my go-to finesse would probably be a shaky head. Definitely not a search bait in the muddier water that I fish. I mainly toss it around, stuff I believe fish are at, but I can't get bit on nothing else. That's when I'll bring out the shaky. Yeah, we froze up. I'm back. I'm back. Yes, sir. What year is my boat? It is, what is that, 2009. Derek, how is the new truck? I don't have it yet. I had the truck. If you guys haven't heard the story, I had the White Rebel, and I had it for like 2 hours. I took it back for some like paint flaws I found in it, and I had them order me one. Like I built one. We ordered it, and I believe this coming Monday is 5 weeks. So I think they said 6 to 8 weeks before it comes in. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks it'll be in. So looking forward to that. Looks like we lost some of our viewers. We got 58 people in here. We'll stay on a little bit. Like I said, I just got home from work. I'm sure as soon as dinner's done, I'll get off here. So you guys do anything fun for New Year's Eve? Do you have problems with Daiwa line guides and leader nuts? Daiwa line guides. Daiwa line guides. Daiwa line guides. Daiwa rods, if that's what you're asking. I don't use the Daiwa rods. You make it to Coffeen yet? I'm planning to head up and fish the hot ditch for the first time in a week or two, hopefully. Well, Brandon, Phantom Fishing is supposed to be getting his boat ready, which I've been hearing this story for like some time now, and he's still slacking. So as of right now, we don't have a boat ready with a 25 on it to get to the ditch. So I'm waiting on him, and by the time he gets his boat ready, you know, I won't even be going there anymore. So I was hoping I'd already been there a few times and be fishing there the next month or two. But like I said, Andy's a slacker. We're waiting on him. I think he's been in the woods. He's been posting little girly pictures of him in the woods, you know, thumbing his butt or whatever it is that he's doing out there. He ain't catching nothing or he ain't killing nothing. So he really needs to put down the rifle, put down the bow, and go fix the boat so we can get on the lake. You're working... Oh, the T-wing. No, I can't say I don't really do any hardly at all any braid to leader. And if I do, I don't even run it through the guides just because I haven't had great luck with running. I like the double uni, and that's a little bit bigger than compared to like the FG knot. I don't tie the FG knot just because I got a half hour to tie the knot correctly. But if I do tie one, it's a double uni, and I won't make my leader that long because I don't like the knot to go through the guides. So I can't say I've ever had any experience at all with the knot going through the T-wing. So if any of you guys have had that issue or anything like that, let me know. Let's see here. What's for dinner? I'm hungry now that you mentioned supper high, working on the first. But it's okay. It's triple pay. You do any ice fishing? Let's see here. What is for dinner? I think she's making chicken and broccoli. And ice fishing, no, that's not for me. Right now, we're thawed. We'll freeze again here soon. But, yeah, I'll pass on ice fishing. Do I hunt? I do not hunt. I like the idea of hunting. I'd like to take it up. And I've been even talking about it next year with my son, maybe doing turkey hunting, maybe killing our turkey. But I don't know if I could put down a deer. But I am thinking about it. Your go-to lure on an average day, either one of those. KVD 1.5, Bomber Square A, no doubt they'll catch fish. Let's see here. No, the Reels has the T-shaped guide that moves back and forth. Yes, that is true. I guess I lost you somewhere on this. I thought you were talking about the leader to your main line, the knot going through the T-wing. I've never, like I said, I don't tie leader much at all. And I've never had one go through my T-wing system. Just because if I do tie a connection knot, I have it on the end of my guides. I don't like it running through my guides. I'm assuming I'm not getting what you're asking though. Any offshore fishing ever? No. Yep, Bomber Square A is the deal. Do I fly fish, trout fish? I do not. Have I tried the Tokyo rig? I haven't. I plan on making some of those though. I figured old Joker Mike Watts or Phantom Fishing been on here. FG knot doesn't work well with the T-wing system, at least for me. Hasn't been well. I go with the other reel companies for my braid to leader. Okay. Yep, short leader, stay in water. Halftime, dude, you know, I don't even, like I said, I hardly ever run a leader just because the water's so dirty. I mean, you can fish straight braid in the lakes that I fish. I mean, it's not going to make much difference. Thoughts on the jitterbug? Love that lure because caught my PB, 7 pounds, 2 ounces. Yeah, it's a good old school lure. I still throw them today. Favorite go-to fishing line and weight capacity. I probably use, probably what's right here. Probably Seagar and VizX, 15 pound, probably the most. It's got a pretty small diameter to it. I mean, it's a killer line. I've been using a VizX for probably 10 years maybe. Do you use Zoom, Ultra Vibe, Speedworm? I do have some. I'm not a huge fan of Zoom. I mean they're great priced. They got great colors and all that. But it seems like, at least with my experience, it seems like you get more damaged baits in the pack than good ones. Either like the baits look deflated, or if you get packs like Flukes, half of them are bent. I mean, it just seems like there's always something wrong with the plastic. So, I mean, I maybe have 5 packs of Zoom out of everything that I own. But I do have some speed worms that is a good bait. I just feel like I said, I get more like defects in the plastics than I get good ones. What or who got you into such a hardcore fishing life? I thank my Uncle Dan for getting me into the sickness. It's a good sickness though, ain't it, bud? I guess I went fishing with my dad when I was younger, but we mainly catfished and you know, fish for panfish like bluegill and things like that. And I guess really when I met my wife, I guess I got more into bass fishing. You know, just watching it on TV and things like that. I mean, Zoom are awesome. Yeah, I mean, I got nothing against them. I'm not personally a fan of Zoom. I'm sure they're great. They're just not for me. Are you a Bears fan? Just curious. I don't watch any sports. Last pack of Zoom horny toads were horrible. Great bait though. Yeah, I mean, they make good baits if you find good ones in the pack, but I don't have any confidence in throwing a crinkled up worm or a deflated worm or a bent tail fluke or something. So it seems like I throw away more than I actually use when I buy Zoom. The Biospawn Exo Sticks in shell packages now. Eventually, everything's going to be in shell, but I'd imagine they're going to sell off the, you know, the ones that are not in the clamshells before they start shipping out ones that are. But yeah, eventually everything will be in there. Yes, never thought I'd love a thickness so much. Expensive, but I'll never stop. Yep, I agree, dude. It's a great sickness to have. Have you ever fished Ohio? I have not. I haven't fished. I fished Illinois, Missouri. That's pretty much it. I actually met my wife while I was fishing. That's cool, dude. Zooms are my primary lure for. It's cool. What's going on, Bill? Love your videos with Phantom Fishing. You two are off the chart when you're fishing. Yeah, we do pretty well. He's cool, dude. Can't believe he ain't on here. Are you going to switch and use casting reels, and what's your opinion on them? No, I don't have any casting reels, so I don't have an opinion. I've never used casting. Maybe you're thinking of PC Fun. I'm just trying some of that out. That's just a cheaper price point that I want to try out for you guys, give you guys some more options. I'll be using some PC Fun this season, some Daiwa reels. I bought a couple new Daiwa reels that you guys have asked about. I even picked up the Concept Z. That's another one you guys are asking about. So I picked that up just to do a review on it for you guys. My main reels are going to be the Okuma. I got a bunch of the SX on the way. That'll be my main reel, but I'm going to play around with those other ones just to give you guys some opinions on them. No sports at all. No, dude. I ain't into them. I got better stuff to do than sit there and watch, you know, football and all that kind of crap. Happy New Year's, dude. Happy New Year's. Thoughts on Yamamoto? I mean, I got quite a few Yamamoto baits. They catch fish, no doubt. They tear up very easy, and they're very expensive. But they catch fish, so got to weigh that one out. Do you use O-rings for Senkos? Yeah, once in a while. I can't say I'm ever on like a really great Senko bite, just because for one, I don't throw them that much. And two, I've never done that great on them. If I see that I'm starting to go through some, normally I'll put on an O-ring. If not, I'll just go ahead and rig them up and not even worry about it. Curious on the Concept Z. That's the only reason I got it. You guys are asking about it, so that's another reel I picked up just to try out. I'm going to put that on the 702, like finesse rod. And I'm going to use that reel mainly for finesse type stuff, just because they say how well it throws lighter lures and lighter weights. So we'll go ahead and see. My main thing I'm going to throw on that rod is just a little lighter shaky head. So we'll see how it does. No problem, Jason. Your PC Fun is holding up well so far. I mean, from what I heard, I mean, I can't say I've even seen many bad reviews on PC Fun. I think a lot of people think they're bad reels because of the price point, and it's just how they sell them to where they get the price point down. And some guys think too that they copy it off other companies, And I looked into that, and that's not the case at all. It has to do, well, I'm not even going to get into the reason behind that, but just know that they didn't copy off another company. Do I here? Hope you make some videos on the S-Waver. Yeah, hopefully, dude, I catch them on it, and I will definitely make some videos. I told you guys in the last one, my plan is to record every time I fish and make something out of that video so you guys can see the good and the bad, and that'll give you guys some more videos. And like I said, you know, it'll just be, I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing on the water. I'm not just going to only put up the good days because we all have bad days, but nobody wants to show them. I think I'm going to show everything. See here. Do you throw Mega Bass lures? I do. I got a few sitting here around on the table. Here's the Pop Max, the 110 jerk baits. Those are like my favorite. I don't throw jerk baits a ton, but I mean, those seem to get bid over pretty much anything else. I got some lipless, some square bills. But yeah, I throw a lot of the lures. I don't think the price is worth it, but I mean, they look killer, you know, and they work. But I mean, they're definitely expensive. All right, favorite size and color on the Whopper Plopper. Great noisy bait, works well for muskie up in Minnesota too. I'm going to say I throw 110 the most, and either in powder or I believe it's called Loon, the black one. Feels a lot more solid than my Lose. You talking about the PC Fun reels? Yeah, I got a few Lose reels. I got a couple of those, which that's another couple, or a couple more reels I'll be playing with next year, which I did this season as well. The Custom and the Custom Pro. And I've used them enough now to be able to review those next season. So yeah, you guys will have a variety of different reels that I will be using to give you guys some more options other than just, you know, I like using the Okuma stuff, but you guys may not. So that's why I wanted to use a few different things this year to be able to give you guys some more, you know, opinions and options when you're buying new reels. I've used plenty of the Daiwa stuff to tell you guys, you know, I still recommend that stuff to you guys today, or, you know, to this day. But now I'll give you guys some more options. Are you going to get to fish with Trey? Yeah, I'm sure eventually I will again. But my schedule is just a pain in the butt to work around sometimes. Oh, man. Ever had any experience with St. Croix rods? Girlfriend got me one for Christmas, and I've never used one before. I can't say that I've used a St. Croix. I picked them up before and played with them. I thought about buying some of the higher end ones. I can't even remember what they're called anymore. Maybe the tournament edition, something like that. I don't remember. They're like $300. I mean, they felt really good, but I never pulled the trigger on them. I mean, I've heard great things. I'm sure you can't really go wrong with a St. Croix. Planning to get the Helix 7 or 9. Have you had any luck finding fish and catching them instead of running and gunning the banks? On the lakes that I fish, I mean, there's not many fish out deep from what I've seen. And just it's the facts. I mean, I fish in muddy water. Those fish are going to be up close to something just because there's not much visibility. I mean, it's no different than you. Let's say you're in your house. You go downstairs in your basement, lights are off. You're not just going to stand in the middle of the room. You're going to feel safer if you back yourself up against a wall or something like that just because you can't see. They're going to stay shallow around cover, boat docks, rock, lay down stumps, you know, and that stuff's going to be shallow. Like I said, that's where they're at in the muddy water. So that's where the fish are going to be. I've caught fish suspended, you know, over a treetop or something like that. I think the deepest I've caught them is like 13 foot. But again, they're suspended over a treetop, which is a few foot above them is the surface. So they're not really in deep water. So I'm going to say I pretty much quit scanning the lakes that I fish just because I can't say I've really ever caught fish out deep. Let's see here. Buddy just had his Croix ran over. Oh, man, that ain't cool. Megabass supposedly sold their 110 jerkbait mold to Lucky Strike. Anyone use them? Yeah, they've looked. Was that a while ago, dude? Because, yeah, they've looked the same for like some time now. I mean, it's been like years, I think. I've heard guys say they work just as good, which, you know, I'd imagine they would. I use the Lucky and love them. They do catch them. Let's see here. Did you decide what swim bait rod you're going to use to beat Handy? I may just beat him with a rod. Ordered the 682 Dobbin Sierra for finesse things and walking baits, but excited to try Jerkbait's on it, not big on jerkbait fishing. 682. I think what that. What is the deal? Lost you guys twice now. Dang it. All right, we're back again. If we freeze up again, I guess we'll just go ahead and get off here because I'm not sure what's going on. All right, Trey says, Megabass patent ran out after 10 years. Also, you only need a slight change in a bait to get around it. That's why there are KOs all over the place. Virginia Fisherman, hey, fishing to the max. What's up, bud? Good analogy about the basement wall. What do you think about reel snot versus KVD line and lure? No doubt reel snot works well, and like I said, it may even work better. I said this before, but I couldn't get over how oily it was. I mean, I still got, like I said, probably in the beginning of the year when I was using it, that oil is probably still on my reels. And I know I did too much at the time, but I'm just sticking with KVD line and lure. Reel snot is great. It works well. Again, just for me, it's just a little bit too oily. Yeah, we froze again. We're back, though. Fluke has the same problem. I think I did on my first live stream I did here just a few weeks ago, but my last couple I thought they did pretty well. Hank Snow, what's up, brother? How's the fishing down there, man? Any of you guys going to be at the Let's Go Fishing show this weekend? It's good. Best chatterbait in your opinion. Where can I find them at a great price? I really like the shock blades. I mean, the Z-Mans are great. Shock blades are great. I was using the Z-Man. Oh, what was it called? Project Z. I was using those for a while. But then I tried the shock blades. I really liked those. So I sold off the Project Zs because at that time, those were my favorite. And I'd say they're still my favorite now. I mean, they don't rise as quickly as the other ones that I've used. But, I mean, these are great. Z-Mans are still great. I mean, they're pretty expensive, though. I mean, Tackle Warehouse, if I were you, I would just wait for a sale. I'm not really sure where you could find those cheaper. I think they're around, I'm trying to think, could be around $8 or $9 a piece, maybe. I really don't remember, to be honest. I know they're much cheaper than the jackhammers. I know that. And I didn't think those were $20, but last time I was at Dick's, I think the price on there was $20 for the jackhammer. That's pretty crazy. You guys ought to join Carl's Club because they got jackhammers on there. If you're a member, you get a pretty good deal on them. Was that a green pumpkin tiger I just seen? Yes, it is. I keep the skirts off a lot of them. Sometimes I just run them with trailers. But yep, old green pumpkin tiger. Yep, no problem, bud. You guys got any cool plans for New Year's? I got to work tomorrow for a couple hours. Then I'm coming home and probably doing nothing. I think my wife's going to make pizzas tomorrow night. That's about it. I might get down here and finish up this wall, but I could blame her again if I don't get around to it, though. That could be my live stream for next Sunday. I blame the wife again. You know, maybe we won't do nothing. We can just blame her again for another video. Let's see here. I'm a Shimano fan when it does, what's that say? You're a Shimano fan. Try Carl's Club for a month. They had some great deals. Yep. I'm a Shimano fan when it comes to reels. How are the Okuma reels you use? I like the Okuma reels. One of the main reasons that I switched to them, again, I got nothing against Daiwa at all. I love Daiwa reels. I said this before, but you guys asked, so I'll go and say it again. The one thing I didn't like about Daiwa has nothing to do with the quality or anything like that. But if you're a guy that likes to keep up with new reels, and maybe you can't afford it, Daiwa's not for you because you'll have to sell your reels or rebuy reels. Seems like every 6 months it's because they keep coming out with new versions. And it seems like, I always want to keep up with the new ones, but it seems like every time I'd get my arsenal set, they'd release a new one or it'd have a new spool or something. They'd always give you a reason to want to upgrade your reels. And I almost felt like, too, you needed certain reels to do certain things. Either whether it was handle certain size line or drag or whatever the case may be. With the Okuma reels, I can do everything with them. I can throw light stuff. I can throw heavy stuff. I mean, braid, you name it. That reel, for me, will do everything. A little bit expensive. They're $200. The ones that I'll be using next year are $220. They're the SX reels. And a few different add-ons to that reel, which I'll do a video on that and let you guys know. But with that reel, like I said, I can do anything. It balances really well on the rods. Obviously, they're the Okuma rods. But again, I got nothing against the Daiwa reels. It just felt like I was always selling them to get the new ones, and I was always using different ones for different techniques. And one thing I really like about my setups now is they all feel the same. I can have a dozen rods on the deck, and every time I pick one up, it feels like I'm using the rod that I was using before. You know how it is, like when you're throwing something heavy and then you go to something light, how it really throws you off? Well, with having all the same setups and all the same reels, you know, you don't notice that. And I really noticed that when I was using Daiwa. If I was using a smaller reel for something than a bigger reel, it would really throw you off. And how these reels, I can use them for everything. It just works really well for me. Where are we at? We'll be chilling at the house after work and a quick fishing trip. There you go, bud. D. Basson, what's up? Do you know of any chatterbaits with a screw lock? Can't say that I do. What's what's that one company? I think they work with Z-Man now. Freedom? They might have something like that. Speaking of screw lock, though, I know Carl's is coming out with a new jig, and it's got a screw lock so you can actually Texas rig your plastic on there. It's part of that Big O's lineup. Lobster, steak, and beer. There you go. How was your Concept A? It's a good reel. Like I said before on those, I mean, those reels remind me a lot of the Okuma reels. I bet if I took those apart, I bet the internals would be very similar. But there was just nothing really special, I thought, about what 13 did with those reels. Still a solid reel, but you know, they didn't wow me or nothing like that. And I did, if you guys are just getting on, I did pick up the Z because you guys are asking about that reel as well. So like I said, I got that one now that I'll go ahead and try out next season, let you guys know my thoughts on it. But I plan to use that one for finesse fishing, mainly shaky heads. Going to put that on a 702 and see how it holds up. But that is my plan with that reel. Again, I got that just for, you know, you guys to, you know, if it's good, I'll tell you. If it's bad, I'll tell you. The way you guys have some more options when you're buying reels. Reelman Fishing, what is up? Bill, what's going on? Love the live chats. Covers a lot of good stuff. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you tuning in every week. Looks like we're making this a weekly deal. Like I told you guys, too, I'm going to try and do, like I said earlier, I'm going to record every time I fish. I mean, that is the plan. As long as I don't throw the cameras in the lake, you know, but I plan to record every time I fish, and then no matter what I catch, if I only catch nothing, I'm going to upload it. That way you guys can see the good and the bad of, you know, pretty much every fishing trip that I go on. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. So it'll be cool, too, to be able to look back at every time I went out to see what was working every time of the year. And that's kind of what I do with all my pictures on Instagram. That's why I pretty much post majority of the fish that I catch on Instagram, just so I can look back at the dates to see when I caught it, what I caught it on, and compare it to the previous year and kind of go from there. Don, love your videos, Tackle Junkie. Thanks, brother. Happy New Year's. Drummer Troy, is that what it says? Drummer Troy G. Happy New Year to you, buddy. See, I'm really looking forward to next season. It's gonna be a fun year. You guys got any big plans for next year? Anything big? Maybe new boat? Maybe trying new lakes? Anything like that? I might try some new lakes. I might. Most likely I won't, but I might. I would like to travel a little bit. But actually, my job schedule, I'll know maybe tomorrow, might be changing. If it changes, it's going to screw up all the traveling that I wanted to do because I'll no longer have any days back-to-back off. So it's going to screw me up. What the heck, man? Froze again. What the heck? Where are we at? Where are we at? Are you using Angular like other YouTubers? No, I really have no desire to use that. I like it. I do the same on pictures. When does your season kick off? Unfreeze. I mean, we're not froze right now. But it'll freeze again here real soon. Normally, February is when I like to get out. If I fish like clear water, I'd probably go out even earlier to try and fish right now. But cold, muddy water, I mean, I fished it enough to know that, you know, I'm not going to waste my time because I know how the day is going to go. So I use this time to get things cleaned up, clean up my rods, my reels, get tackle organized. That way I'm ready to go when I feel that I can catch them. So what's going on, Doug? Happy New Year, brother. Happy New Year, Matt. What's up, brother? Catch over 8 pounds. I'd love to catch an 8-pounder. Right now, I'm still saying my biggest, I don't believe I've weighed, or I didn't weigh it. You guys know that. I'm still saying 7-pounder, 7+. And I also had that one that I do believe was bigger. But on the scales, what was it, 602 or maybe 6 even, something like that is mine right now. But yeah, I'd love to have an 8 on scales. Phone died, but do you know of any chatterbaits for the screw lock? Yeah, I answered that. Oh, I guess your phone died. You didn't see it. I'm not really for sure. Check out, I think the Z-Man Freedom. They might make something like that maybe has a screw lock. But that's the only one I can think of. Thoughts on the A-Rig? I don't throw it, but it's something I might get into this season or next season. Always go home with cold, muddy water. That's pretty much the deal. I mean, if it's like 50 and rising, I'll go. If it's 50 and dropping, forget it, you know. Any experience with finesse bait casting? It seems to be growing. Finesse bait casters, I have the, what do I got? I got the SV105. I got a few of those. They work great. Small little compact reel. I really do like those. What else do I got? I got the SSSV103. That's a little bit bigger. As far as I'd probably say the 105 is probably the one that I would consider really a finesse reel. And it's solid. It's small. I would definitely upgrade the handle on it if I were you, if that's something that you're looking at. I'm not even sure really if they even make those reels. I know they discontinued the SV103, which I have one of those. I had a couple. And I have one that I've not even used. It's still brand new. I got the box for it. And I'm sure those are going to start going for a pretty penny here real soon. But I'm not sure I'll sell it. I mean, it's an awesome reel. Let's see here. How often do you clean your reels? Normally, I do it every year. But, and I even got a big bottle of, what do you call that stuff over there? Oh, I got to look now. I don't know. What's it called? Simple Green. I got a bottle of Simple Green over there and one of them Hornady like Sonic cleaners to clean my reels. And I bought that a couple of years ago and I haven't used it yet because, like I said, normally I clean my reels every year, but I kept continuing to get more reels and then I ran out of time, so I never cleaned them because I just used the new reels. And like I said, I wasn't going to clean them again this year, but Okuma is sending me out a bunch of the new SX reels, plus all the ones that I just bought. I don't have a need again to clean the reels. So I do have about 40 of them that I need to clean up, which I really do enjoy doing. I keep struggling to find the time to do that because when I do a reel, I mean, I take them completely apart, soak the parts, clean everything up. I mean, and how I do it takes me a few hours to do one. So I don't have the time to just sit down and do that right now. Again, it's a lot of fun to do it, but since I got more new reels coming in, most likely I won't even do it again this season. But normally, again, once a year I take them completely apart. A couple times during the season, I'll oil the bearings, but that's about it. See here, how often do you see where I did that one? Mark, have you tried the wind sleeve reel grips? No, I actually won those in a giveaway from Wind Grip on Instagram, and then I had them on my wall, and I ended up putting bait over them. I forgot I even had them, so I haven't even used them yet. But they do look killer, and I do plan to put new reels this season, try them out. Haven't checked all your video history, but a video on what you use to clean reels. Let's see here. What do I use? And mainly clean is what I use. I mean, it's pretty good, bearing cleaner and all that. When I degrease bearings, I use the orange peels. But mainly what I use is right here, just real clean. That's what I use. Works really well. What size line for specific use of Seagar crankbait glide bait? What size of line? For a glide bait, I'm just going to start actually to get into glide baits. Which ones? What do you call it? The S-wavers. It's going to be my first ones I'm going to start throwing. And I'm going to start out with 20-pound mono. So, again, I haven't really had much experience with doing that, so I can't really recommend a line. I just know that's what I'm going to try. When are we going to see a fishing with TJ81 for a day giveaway? It's on my bucket list. Hi, Brandon. I mean, is that something you guys would even want to do? I mean, it's something that maybe I can set up. I never really thought you guys would want to do that. I mean, let me know. Might be able to pull that off. Randy, this coming year, I'm trying Savage Gear rods. Picked up 2 to replace old rods. No, I've never used the Savage Gear stuff. Do you or would you soak the bearings in cleaner? Yeah, I mean, your spool bearings, I'll just spray them with Real Clean, then I blow them out with a compressor. But like the bearings that are on like your the worm gear, the one underneath the shaft, if you choose to degrease those, you don't have to. I feel it really loosens up the reel. I mean, it makes the reel feel really good. If you degrease them, you always have to maintain them. Keep that in mind. But if you choose to degrease them, I use this stuff right here, like I said, the orange peels. I'm sure there's other things on the market that you can use. Let them soak, vibrate them, something like that. It'll clean all the grease out. Then I'll oil them, and then I'll put a light coating of grease just over the top, just to protect the bearings so nothing gets in there, just because you took out the protection, you took out the grease. But spool bearings, they never come greased. They're only oiled. Just spray some Real Clean on there. Again, I blow them out with an air compressor, or it evaporates within 5 minutes, and you can go ahead and oil the bearings. But just your spool bearings, they never come greased. They're only oiled. But it's just your other bearings that I personally like to degrease and oil. But again, you don't have to. They're fine the way they are stock. You don't even have to mess with them. But yeah, years ago when I had more time, I was just trying to do or think of anything I could do just to make the reels feel better, work better. It's kind of like a challenge of mine. What can I do now to make it work better, feel better, cast further? And I really like how the reels feel when all the bearings are degreased and they're oiled. But again, once you degrease them, you have to maintain them. Where are we at? Ordered some bombers, square A's, 3/8 ounce, and replace the hardware like you suggested on the vids. No problem, bud. You'll love them, dude. I got them all over the tackle room. I got a handful of them here on my table here, over there on the wall. I mean, that is a killer bait. What rod are you planning to use for the S-Waver? I just bought the S-Waver, but don't have a rod to use for it. I'll probably just use, it's not quite 2 ounces. I'm just going to use the, it's an Okuma rod. It's a swim bait. What's that called? Frog swim bait rod. I believe it's got a 2 ounce tip on it. It's a 7'3" heavy fast action. I'm just going to use that rod just to see how I do with the bait before I get a dedicated rod. I'd rather have a heavy power rod with a little bit softer tip, which I do have an actual swim bait rod. It's like a 7'10". I would like to find something in the 7'3", 7'6" range with a softer action for it for those baits. But that's what I'm going to start out with, 7'3" heavy power fast action. Favorite soft plastic creature bait? Creature bait. You know, I like a hog. I mean, probably the one that I've done the best on is going to be a Berkeley Power Hog. Black. Bill, do you change out the hooks on your new 1.5s before you use them? If so, what hook size do you use? Oh, yeah. I've never done well with the KVD 1.5 hooks. I've never liked them. The stock ones. So what I do, I mean, the bait will handle, if I get unhooked here, the bait will handle a size 2 short shank. Okay? Split rings are good. It comes with an oval, and the split rings are fine. They're plenty strong. Those are great. I only change out the hooks. It'll handle a 2 short shank, but with my experience, I got hung up way more with a number 2. So the bait comes with a number 4 stock, and I just run 4 short shanks. It just keeps the hook a little bit closer to the body there. I believe it makes it a little more weedless. And the hook points, the EWG style, they're tipped in versus a round bend. And I just feel that this setup here is a little more weedless. I don't get snagged up as often. But a 4 short shank is what I run on majority of my 1.5 crankbaits. What is your favorite lake in Illinois? So I never say where I fish, buddy. Let's see here. Where is the most affordable place to get tungsten flipping weights? I really don't know, but me personally, guys, I mean, I use the Picasso gunmetal tungsten. And hold on, I got one. I use these right here, the gunmetal, and that's the ticket. The I guess the color there, how it's applied, it's like within the weight. And I've used these all season. The ones that I've used and I didn't lose. I still have them. All the paint is on the weight still. Like I said, it's within the weight. It cannot chip off. So I mean, me personally, I mean, if you lose them a lot, you may want to find something cheaper. But these are definitely worth the money. Like I said, the color stays on the weight. So I mean, I always hated that. Pitching your tungsten around rocks and all that, you bring it in and half the paint's gone. You will not get that with that gunmetal color. Maintenance still once a year on. Talking about the reels, yeah. I mean, I still do. As far as the reel maintenance goes, I'll do the spool bearings. I'll mess with those a couple times a year, but I won't take the reel completely apart. Just one time a year, I'll do that. But if you degrease all the bearings, with my experience, they only need really the one maintenance a year. After you degrease them, oil them up real good, and like I said, every year I would clean them. They'd be fine. I never had to mess with those bearings any other time throughout the year. Just once at the end of the year is when I would clean them. Again, spool bearings, I oil those a couple times throughout the season. Where are we at? I think we're behind on comments here. Does Okuma make a BFS capable rod that you know of? BFS. Should I know what that means? I'm not sure what that is. Seems like I should know that. I don't know what that means. Hello, everyone, and Happy New Year. Do any tournaments with fans? I mean, I just do them with some of my buddies. We have little friend tournaments and all that. But might be something we could do in the future. No problem, Bill. I love your unboxing videos. Ultimate crankbait rod. I mean, I don't know what the ultimate is. I mean, I really, really like the TCS lineup, cranking rod. You guys have heard me talk about that rod many, many times. It's the medium plus crank jerk rod. It loads at 3/8, and I can throw. I mean, I can throw a quarter on it well. The bombers, I throw a lot. These are 3/8. But I've noticed this year I went to the EVX lineup, the medium heavy. It loads at a quarter. And I can really launch the bomber. Well, we got a little conglomerate of baits here, but the bomber here, I can really launch that bait with 12 or 15 pound test just because the rod loads at a quarter versus the TCS loaded 3/8. Either one will work. I'm not saying they're the best rods out there, but that's the ones that I use. I really enjoy using. That's what I would recommend to you guys. Let's see here. What do you think about the Magnum bottom hopper for a mag shaky head? I'm looking to give them a shot instead of a kid bull or KVD bullworm. Have you tried either? Magnum bottom? No, I have not used the Magnum bottom hopper. I have not. Sorry, but I can't help you out on that one. Doug, got a $25 gift card for Bass Pro Shop for Christmas. What tackle suggestions do you have? $25 limit. If I just had 25 bucks, I would go to Bass Pro. Yeah, Bass Pro is kind of expensive, so you're not going to get a lot for 25 bucks. Definitely Bomber Square A for sure. I would get a spinnerbait. That's probably going to put you at 10 bucks. I'd probably get a pack of like black trickworm, something like that. Like 14 bucks. Pack of hooks. Weights. Put you about 20 bucks, probably a pack of craws. That probably about $25. I mean, that would be a good variety of stuff. I mean, crankbait, spinnerbait, some plastics. If you're not big on plastics, you get a couple jigs, something like that. I need to do the pegboard. You know right where everything is. Yeah, I mean, that was a problem that I had, though. I had the pegboard, and then I just kept putting baits on top of baits, and then I kept rebuying baits that I already had because it was hidden behind other baits. So that's why I'm redoing the pegboard now. And I want to have everything out of the containers, everything hung up, and then the rest loaded in my boat so I can see exactly what I have, and I stopped buying doubles of everything. See here, Andrew, what's your PB? I've gone over this many times. I got a few videos on it. Weight is like, I forget what it is, 6 pounds, 6.2, something like that. But I know I got one bigger that I've caught. I got a video on it. I didn't weigh it, but you guys can see it. It's clearly a 7-pounder, but on the scale, only a 6. Thanks for reading off all the questions we have. Much appreciated. My pleasure, buddy. I really enjoy doing these live streams. We're going to make it a weekly thing, and you know, I think it's fun. So I really do appreciate you guys tuning in. Obviously, you guys didn't tune in, I wouldn't be doing it. So I really do appreciate you guys tuning in. It's fun. Do you think the tungsten weights need an insert to protect the line knot? No, I don't. I don't put it this way. I see you saying Aaron's Martins. I did the whole insert thing he made before. What is it, like little heat shrink? I tried that, and then I tried some not using it, and in that case I really noticed a difference. I've never really broken off that I feel was caused by the weight. I can only say that I broke off one time, had a fish jump by the boat, the weight flew up, hit the tip of the rod, came back down and shocked the weight. Or shocked the knot, excuse me, shocked the knot, and I broke off that fish. That's the only time that I can think of that maybe an insert would have, you know, helped. But to me, it's not really worth the time to even do it like Aaron did, or even buy ones now that have it. I mean, I've always had great luck with ones with no inserts. And I've always heard, you know, years ago that the inserts would cause the line to fray. But I mean, these days, I mean, guys know what they're doing when they're making this tungsten. As long as you're not buying super cheap tungsten, I don't really think you're going to have any issues at all. But me personally, just to get back to the question, I don't think the inserts are necessary. I do not. Whoa, where are we at? Do you think? Can we see that one? Tyler, what's up, dude? Ismail, because of your maintenance videos, I have my reels running smoothly. No problem, brother. Appreciate you watching the videos. Tyler, hope you're having a good night as well, brother. BFS is bait finesse system. I done forgot the question now. Mega Strike, yeah, I really like their tubes. And heck, I got some of their buzz baits right here. Cavatron, that's a tough one to beat right there. Do you like Guggen baits? I get that question a lot, you guys. Some of you guys want me to review those. I mean, they look cool and all. I mean, I have no like desire to run out and buy them if that's what you guys are asking. I may pick some up in the future for you guys, so I can review them. Because you guys ask that pretty often. But I mean, I don't see me running out and getting them anytime soon. I mean, I think it's cool. I mean, that they were able to get their own soft plastic line and all that. I mean, if it's working for them, great. But I mean, I don't have any intention of going out and buying them right now. What is the best product to use to remove hard water marks on the engine cowling? Oh, I tell you what I use. Let me get, you know what's up there? It's called the. Let me get it. Hold on. 1 second. I'm gonna tell you the wrong name. I think it's called. All right, I'm back. Here it is, right here. Hot sauce. I'm not affiliated with them at all. This stuff is awesome. Takes off all the water spots. My wife. She even uses this like in our shower and all that to remove hard water spots. This stuff here is awesome. I believe you can get it at Cabela's, Bass Pro. Hot sauce. Boat Bling. Awesome. I don't know, actually I'm about out. Not much left in there. Let's see here. What boat do I run? It is a 2009 Bass Tracker Pro Team 175. I got a bunch of videos on it. Boat tours and upgrades and mods and all that. Watching from a grounded airplane. That's cool. Just got on here. What are you talking about? Inserts. Inserts on the weights. I can't even talk right now. They asked if I felt it was necessary to have inserts in tungsten weights. And long story short, I do not feel that it's necessary at all. I can only remember one time to where an insert could have saved me from a break off, and I do just fine without them. Bill, I appreciate you tuning in, brother. Happy New Year. Okuma finesse casting rod for light lures. I tell you what, the Okuma 6'9" Martin APC is my go-to rod for light stuff. I can throw a little 1/8 ounce underspins and everything on that rod there. With baitcaster, 10-12 pound test, no problem at all. I believe that rod loads at 1/8. It's a killer little finesse rod. That's what I use. Martin APC 6'9". Let's see. You ever thought about making your own spinnerbaits and jigs or painting your own square bills? I tell you what, I did it again. Did it again. Where we at? Where we at? Keeps freezing on me. Where were we at? Oh yeah, if I thought about making spinnerbaits, crankbaits, and all that, painting things. Yeah, I'm very picky with how I like things. So I would love to be able to paint my own baits and make my own spinnerbaits and all that. If I had the time, I would totally do it, but I don't have time for that. What does your wife think about all your tackle? I mean, she don't care. I mean, I got a pretty good job, and you know, you guys want to make a few bucks from doing this on YouTube. It pays for itself. So I mean, she doesn't have any issues at all. Half the time she tells me, hey, go buy something, go review it, or do whatever. I mean, she's totally cool about it. She doesn't care at all. Let's see, I'm getting some of that hot sauce. Then for my shower, then yeah, I mean, it works great, dude. If and when you get a new boat, would you stay with aluminum or go fiberglass? Well, the lakes that I fish have horsepower restrictions, so I would stay with aluminum so I keep a smaller outboard on there. You're obviously going to need a much bigger outboard to push a big fiberglass boat, so I would always stay aluminum. Don, no problem, buddy. I mean, it's hard to beat the hot sauce. I mean, it works great. How much do you spend on tackle a year? I really have no clue. I mean, I can't say I've ever thought about it. I can't say that I want to think about it. But I mean, I don't know. You remember the girl who painted those S-cranks for you? Oh, yeah. Jennifer. I know I got one of her baits around here somewhere. Here's another one she painted for me. This is kind of a custom color I was having her do. Jen Cravazzi. Yeah, she does a killer job. We just became friends, and she gave me a discount code for you guys. It's in the description of my videos. I don't make anything off that code. That's just for you guys. I believe it's like maybe 15% off, and I use code TJ81. But yeah, she does a killer job. So definitely check her out. Here's another one she did here. A couple of them, actually. That's pretty killer there. Where's that square here? Here's a square belt she did. Here's this one. Check this out. That's pretty killer there, ain't it? Yeah, she does a killer job. Let's see here. Do you remember the girl? Let's see where we at. Now, part of the country are you in? I'm in the Midwest. Illinois. Do you notice a difference in the knockoff S-cranks and the Mega Bass S-crank? I used Trey's for a while. Used hers. Can't say I noticed a difference. The rattles, notice the difference with that. That's about it, though. And really, though, the whole S-crank deal, I mean, they were big on that, saying how it would, you know, hunt and everything. I can't say I noticed it really hunt that much, or as much as they pushed that deal on it. I mean, I can't say that it was a big deal for me. I mean, I still use them, but I mean, I probably won't go out and buy any more of them. I think the battery's about to die on this phone. There we go. Yeah, that square bill is awesome. What football team do I cheer for? None of them. I don't watch sports. Kendall, you are late again, dude. Hey, man, I just seen on Facebook you got a new boat, dude. That's killer, dude. Was it a nitro? Yeah, you're late. I'm about to get off here, too. I'm actually in my work clothes still. If you guys are just tuning in. As soon as I got home from work, came right down here. I'm actually sitting on a towel because my pants are all wet from work. And as soon as I get off here, I'm going to go eat dinner and jump in the shower. Which we've been on here for about an hour and 8 minutes. We did freeze a few times, though, so whoops. But I'll stay on another 10 minutes and I'll get off. 5 nitro, Index 750. That's cool, dude. Yeah, that was a killer looking boat. Why is it saying low battery when it's plugged in? Well, phone's saying low battery. We're plugged in, but we might as well get off here, guys. Another successful Sunday live stream here. Can you make a video on how you insert BBs into a crankbait? I bought a couple of the Arashis to try. I haven't done that yet. I'm going to drill some holes and epoxy them shut and all that. Put some BBs in there. But really, I want the one knocker sound. Like if you hear these, I don't want that BB sound to it. I want a one knocker sound. So I got to figure out what to put in there to get that sound. But yeah, if I do it and it's successful, I'll make a video on it. Now it's plugged into the YoloTek power station, and the light's green, so it should be charging, but it keeps saying dead. Not an ice fish. Your phone just restarted itself. Happy New Year, Jim. Hey guys, I think we're gonna get off here. Good night. Happy New Year. Sweet. Cool. We're out here, guys. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Sorry that I lost you guys a few times during the feed there, or during the chat, but you know that is what it is. So hopefully next week we don't have that issue, and hope you guys have a safe and happy New Year. And I will see you guys on.